What up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back for another review, and this one is that Denzel called Taboo, as this is for Acts 2 and 3, because where we last picked up, man, I finished off the review for Act 1 that I gave the green light because I definitely enjoyed the whole smooth vibe and everything, the quality musicianship and everything that went along with that first disc and such, man. And then at the end of that whole first act, I made a prediction. I thought that the final track off of the first disc was going to be the transition song, so you know that the gray or the second act is going to be more current day and age music like lo-fi and such like that, man. And then the third iteration was going to be super hardcore music. I specifically said this not knowing exactly what direction he would go with the third act or whatever, man, like exactly what his super hardcore sound would be like. But at the end of the day, it all came true. It is exactly what I thought it was going to be. And to be real with you, I'm not keeping any song off of these two acts right here, man. Honestly, my favorite act was the first act, and the rest of it, I'm pretty much giving the red light. Like, I'm giving the red light to the second act and to the third act, but I feel as though the first act was so good that it'll round up to a yellow light for the entire project. And keep in mind, I'm not saying that any of this is like super terrible bad, because Denzel Curry has a standard level of quality that he presents to every song that he does, because he's just that good of an act when it comes to delivery, when it comes to flow, and the fact that he thinks about these concepts and these lyrics that he put out there. But the thing is, for each individual person, you gotta have individual expectations. And Denzel Curry could be a great artist. Let's not deny this at all. He proves this on the first act, that he has great music within him, but yet in this aspect, I like the fact that he tried to do something different. I like the fact that he's trying to show his evolution as he's been in the game and how he's trying to take the music into a different direction and such with this one, man. But I just don't feel as though it panned out into quality music. But let's go ahead and break down this project from the top, man, from every song you did, starting with that Super Saiyan Superman, where there's no core concept here. This is him again focusing in more on his punchline lyricism here, where he's drawing a bunch of references to Dragon Ball Z, where it comes off more as, okay, he's showcasing that he's reached a whole nother power level. He's trying to show us that he's a lot better and he's continuing to push forward. As he's saying punchlines on how he drops more crack than eggs on Easter. Lyricism like that makes that song somewhat bearable, dude, but I really wasn't feeling the production. There was only really one verse on there, man. It really wasn't that strong. The next song is Switch It Up, where this one was pretty cool right here as well, where it shows you the importance of understanding delivery and flow in order to grasp the exact concepts that he's delivering. Because in this song, he's switching between two different styles, and each style has something specific that he's trying to say with them. And it ultimately comes down to his whole bipolar paranoia that he has on how he can flip up at a dime on anybody. The next song is Mad I Got It, where this song is somewhat of a story going on here, man, as the first verse is taking place before he got success and notoriety and all that, on how people was upset with him and such back then, and they didn't really want to see him shine and grow and all of that. While the second verse, he's talking about when he did make it, that ultimately he can't trust nobody, everybody is looking to undermine him and backstab him and all of that. And then the third verse was interesting because he's going in the perspective of the individuals who are flipping up on him, you did. So he somewhat understands it because they don't have anything for themselves, but yet he's not going to show them no mercy though. The next song is Sirens, where this is his social political song right here, where he's saying a lot of very key things here, man. And the thing that I like maybe the most is how he's making a mockery of CNN and also Donald Trump and all of this, dude, because here's what a lot of black people in particular want to believe, because Donald Trump is maybe the worst possible person out there. Like, a lot of people are going directly to CNN for news to believe that they are going to tell the truth and all that, but the reality is that's false. See, it's something that I said in my live stream not that long ago, man, when I said that okay, the left and the right wing of this government and all these people with their beliefs, they're just separate wings on the same board. You feel me? Like, they're not on our side. Keep that 100% in your mind, dude. They both will mistreat us point blank, period. It's just Donald Trump and them is just overt and honest about it. Look at it like this. You got two types of racists in this world right now that are being overt about their racism. You got the people that's going straight up into black people's faces, calling you the N-word and wanting to fight with you and getting knocked clean out. Those are the people that feel as though they're empowered by Donald Trump and all of that. Like, those are your right-wing people. But yet, then you got a whole bunch of racists that's out here that's calling the police on little kids selling water, calling the police on black families that's doing barbecues in the park, calling the police on any little thing that black people do. Those are your left-wingers right there. Those are the people that's going to pretend to be like down for black causes and down for equality until a black guy gets with their daughter or something like that. You feel me? So therefore, you can't really trust either branch. And then I also liked how JID in his verse, man, he flipped the national anthem in his own means to serve the political views and such, man, which those were pretty solid, but yet I just didn't feel as though this song, which was a single, came together all like that. And then the last song on this act, man, was Clout Cobain, where this again comes off as a transition track going into the third act, where you can tell the concepts are getting darker here. As what this joint is overtly about is the consequences of chasing after success and money and power and how all of that just goes wrong. Like how Denzel Curry said, man, I'm just wiping tears away with dollar bills and all of that stuff, dude, which it just overtly goes to show you that money isn't going to bring you happiness. You can still be sad and still have all of this money. Money ain't really going to do much. And by chasing after fame, you ultimately open yourself up to people betraying you and never being able to trust anybody and a whole bunch of negative things to go along with it. And then we go into the third act, which is the dark version, man, where this was the hardcore hip hop, but I didn't realize exactly how he would go about it until I started to hear it. And the one song off of this, I'm going a little bit out of order, man, where it's called Black Metal Terrorist. That might be maybe the best way to completely understand this whole style that he's picking off here, because it comes off as horror movie-esque, like super dark, but yet all of the concepts that he's talking about on is just as dark as well. We're starting with the Blackest Balloon, as he's overtly talking about the street culture, on how street culture has never really changed. Like, people are getting super high no matter that Little Peep died and all of that stuff. People are still going to take these same drugs, all of these Percocets, drink all of this lean and potentially kill themselves. And then he also was talking about shooting up campuses and things like that. The next song, Perks, is pretty much talking about his standing in the music industry for what it is, man, where he feels as though he's super slept on, but yet he's still doing his thing. And all of these individuals out here that's being successful, that are terrible MCs, they all somewhat has taken his style to a degree. And you can tell that with lines saying how, okay, I innovate. All you do is ad-lib on the 808. Which was solid, which was facts. The next song was Vengeance, and on this one, again, he's more focusing in on lyricism, as this got some of my favorite bars, maybe off this entire project, like how he said that I'm the one that Freddie couldn't sleep on. With Freddy Krueger, he's the one who attacks people in their dreams and all of that stuff, dude. And also how he said that he's trying to rock the club like a caddy, which the caddy that's within golf, who's always keeping the clubs on them for the golfer that they're walking with. Like, these have some solid punchline value, man. In which overall, man, I mean, there are certain elements that I enjoyed off of the second and third acts, but I really didn't enjoy the songs, in which I feel as though the songs are the most important aspects of anything. He got a lot of thought process behind these songs. He's definitely trying something unique and different, which is all cool in the game. But the problem is the overall songs just died on me rather quickly, you feel me? Like, I'm not going to continuously listen to them. So overall, as an entire project, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. But definitely go ahead and peep it out, man, because the first act is definitely worth it. It just gets outweighed by the rest of it. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpads.com that's down there to read today's article.